Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are all doing well. It is a Monday Night Lights episode, or not episode, sorry, but it's a live show. Is what we're doing here. We're crushing it, Tim. It's going to be just you and I tonight, and hopefully we get Travis back. I think we're. I don't want to
shooting for October.
Maybe November of 2026. Maybe I think we'll get him here. Shout out to everybody.
Travis said he's not coming back till the Razorbacks win 8 games.
Till they win 8 games?
But he predicts 8 games this season, so
yeah. Well, there you go. Maybe they're in luck. So hey, make sure you guys as you're hopping in here, like, share, hit the subscribe button if you're new. Make sure you hit the notification bell. That way you guys hopefully get a notification from YouTube. I know they're really bad about that, seeing as how I don't turn on the ads for the live shows. You'll get them after the live shows, but while we're live, you shouldn't get any ads. So YouTube, again, they're just not likely to help your boy out as far as pushing out noties, pushing out the notifications, and keeping you in the algorithm, or keeping us in the algorithm on your YouTube account, whatever. So again, make sure you do all that. Hit the notification bell. Patreon supporters, the month of July was great. We have our winners for the cards, by the way. Some awesome cards were handed out. They're always awesome. But a shout out to all the winners. Andrew Gerard, let's see. Heartbroken Hog got the Jonas Adu. Andrew Gerard got the Nick Smith card. These are the $8 folks. And then the Billy Richmond card goes to Doug Stubbs. Doug, I hope you're watching this, man. You've got like 2 other cards I need to send you, but you're not sending me your address, so I can't get these cards to you. And then the legendary status cards, which were all autographed. Jarius Wright went to Anthony Wright. Mason Jones goes to Go Hogs for Life. And then the Ryan Mallett autographed card. Yeah, that's right.
That's supposed to go to me.
Almost. Going to Megan. So shout out to all the winners for the month of July Patreon cards. I've got the next card set aside for the month of August. So if you want a shot at winning those cards, sign up for Patreon. Not only that, but you get insider information. And that's where all the deep conversations happen in our Discord. We're a little bit different. Like there is, you could talk some basic stuff in main chat, but the deep, whether it's whether it's transfer portal, fall camp talk, what we're hearing. We've got some people that are contributing that are awesome, that are sending out some really good information in that Patreon chat. All you do is you join Patreon, and then if you're in Discord, you link Discord to your Patreon. Real simple. Bing, bang, boom, and you're in, and you have access to everything in Tusk Talk with Tide Discord. Will says right out the gate, Sam Pittman needs to retire. Right out the gate. We haven't even got there, and he's already there.
Oh boy.
Do me a favor, Will, if I'm your boy. And I know I am because he's a legendary status member. Retweet the Tusk Talk with Ty post of this show. Do me a favor, Will. Anyone watching, actually, I didn't even post it on Twitter. There, now it should come up. So make sure you retweet that, Will. I see you. Everyone else, get the retweets out. Hey, Ty. Oh, here we go. Arizona Tim, what's going on, man? I've got your red chrome helmet right up here to my left. Hey, Ty, I have a Ryan Mallett signed helmet. Wow. I didn't know how priceless it would end up being when I got it. Loved him. Wow. You're going to want to hang on to that. That's pretty great. Never get rid of that. All right. Hey, I appreciate you, Kerper. I see you retweeting. By the way, shout out, speaking of Travis, after we just made fun of him, he's actually not here because he's with his kid at a football practice. It's that time of year. He's being a good dad. He's out there with his kids during football practice. But speaking of Travis, shout out to Direct Service Overhead, the garage door company. Ever had your garage door break at the worst possible time? Yeah, we've been there. That's why Direct Service Overhead, the garage door company, is the go-to company for garage door repair in Little Rock and all of Central Arkansas. They offer same-day emergency service, and they fix everything from busted springs to brand new installs. These guys show up fast. They get the job done right, and they actually stand by their work. So don't wait around. Call Direct Service Overhead today at 501-244-3667 or check them out on directserviceoverhead.com. Your garage door, I like that. Your garage door will thank you.
Have I ever told you what he had to fix for me? So I was out of town actually, and my son called me and he's like, Dad, I just went to close the garage door. I hit the button and it just fell off the rails and it's laying on top of the car. I'm not even kidding. Travis had to come over and get it off the car and put it back on the tracks and tighten up the track. He was like, I don't know who installed your garage door, but it's the worst install ever. I basically had to reinstall the garage door from scratch.
Nice.
So, but he came and did it in an emergency. So
I know he'll do anything for anybody. Travis really is good people. I mean, I'm not saying that because he's a sponsor. You've known him longer than I have, but he's a good dude. I mean, he really is. He will do anything in the world for you. He's a good guy, and very happy to have him on still after all these years as a sponsor. It's awesome. All right, let's get started. By the way, I see the retweets coming in on Will. I see you. Nice retweet. There you go. Something I didn't even put this in the show notes for today, but this caught me off guard. This shouldn't surprise anybody.
Okay.
And Tim, I didn't tell you about, like I said, this is not in the show notes. Winning percentage against ranked teams since 2018 in the SEC. Oh. You know where Arkansas stands?
No, but it can't be very good. We can't even beat the unranked teams. What are you talking about?
It's percentage. And yeah, it starts in 2018. I wish I just copy and paste. I didn't actually post the tweet in my hidden server where I do all my notes, but I don't remember who tweeted this. So I didn't substantiate it, but this sounds right. Auburn's at 24%, South Carolina's at 26%, Arkansas's at 16% against ranked opponents since 2018. Now we could cherry pick, right? If we go back to 2009, 2009, 2010, so for sure 2010, that number, maybe it goes up. I'm not off the top of my head.
Let's find out.
You're gonna Google it, aren't you?
What's Arkansas's winning percentage against ranked teams since 2009 in football?
Let's do it. I don't even know if I want to guess. I'm gonna say it. Maybe it goes up to 25, maybe 30%.
Okay.
Is it being stupid? Is it just like, does it not know what you're asking?
No, I have to scroll just a little bit.
By the way, feel free, chat, to reply. We do have a question for the post comment live show, and if you're in Discord, you're going to get some XP for this if you screenshot your comment. And again, this is after the live show, and we're going to talk about John Gruden. That's who this is about. Later on in the show. Would a Gruden hire excite you? If so, tell me why. You could just say, yeah, John Gruden would be an exciting hire, but also feel free to tell me why that would excite you, or maybe why it wouldn't. So that is, and you could say that in live chat now, and then just copy and paste what you said on the post live, and we're gonna give you some XP in Discord. And we just started cycle 8, by the way. Y'all need to join Discord if you're not already in there. It's a lot of fun. We do giveaways and stuff if you finish in the top 3. Did it give us something, Tim?
Yeah, it gave us an all-time. Arkansas is 39.3%.
Okay. All time.
Yeah, it did not give me the years that I asked for, but it gave me an estimate. I don't know why it can't give me the years exactly, but it says estimated between 25 and 35%.
Okay.
So
that's not surprising.
And I'm not going to sit here and read it, but it goes into why it can't give an exact.
Oh, so was that Google or was that Grok?
It was Chat GPT.
Oh, Chat GPT. Okay.
I could ask Grok too, but I think it's probably going to come up relatively the same.
Yeah, sometimes they're wildly different and sometimes they're really similar. Hey, you guys, I don't know if you saw it, but Cam Little, holy crap, kicked a 70-yard field goal against the Steelers Saturday in a preseason matchup. If this had happened in a regular season game, it would have broken the record by 4 yards. And if you watch the kick, I think it would have been good for another 4 or 5 yards. It's hard to tell the angle that I saw. I watched the replay, but I only saw that one angle about 5 times. It looked like it had a little extra. It could have gone maybe another at least 4 yards. You know, at that point, you're kind of, you know, you're Not really. Who knows, right? Like when you're watching it, it's one thing to watch on TV and then, to actually be underneath the field goal. But that was already, it was great. Cam Little with a 70-yard field goal. It is too bad that it didn't count, towards his overall record, and that would be the NFL record. But that was pretty special. I don't know if you guys, I'm sure everyone in here saw it. But Cam Little, man, I got to watch him kick at pro days. And I don't remember what all he made, because at that point I was actually, I was trying to rub elbows with some of the scouts, the NFL scouts that were there. I was trying to like make my way towards the Rams scout, because they're all there and they have their name, or they have who they represent on their like little name tags or whatever that they give everybody that goes to the pro day. And I was trying to like rub elbows a little bit, and I saw Cam kicking. I'm pretty sure he made a 60-yarder. I don't know that he made anything beyond that though when he was kicking for the scouts. But there's no doubt, at that pro day, the media just surrounded him. He was one of the biggest names at that pro day. So really cool to see. And I had some footage and I posted it on YouTube on the shorts, and it says something like Cam Little kicks the blank out of the ball or something, but that was at the pro day. So, but 70 yards is insane. I don't know that anybody's done that in a preseason game before either. So maybe that's what he gets. He broke a preseason game field goal record.
Well, I saw somewhere they were saying he broke the all stats record, but not the official record. I guess there's some other record book that counts preseason games, but it's not the official NFL record. Okay. It was something like the all stats record or something like that.
Yeah. Tim says Cam is not only an amazing kicker, but an even better human being. He's a good kid. He's a good kicker. I hope he has a long career in the NFL, not just because he's a former Razorback, but just hope he crushes it in the NFL. This would be Steve Little is who you're thinking of. Who was the other kicker years back? Yeah, his jersey's retired. His number's retired. Number 12, Steve Little. I have his I actually have his card somewhere. I don't know that I'll ever get rid of that. Yeah, it'd be cool if it was autographed, but he passed away. When was that? Like 1999 or something. So yeah, Steve Little was. So if your last name's Little and you're a kicker at Arkansas, odds are you might be pretty good. Again, make sure you guys like, share, hit the subscribe button. If you're on Twitter, please retweet the actual Tusk Talk post. That would be amazing. Cam is the man. I agree. All right. Also, Isaac TeSlaa had his first preseason touchdown for, I think it was 13 yards straight to the end zone. If you watched it, he had to actually adjust to the ball in midair, where he had to kind of like twist his body to make the catch. It was very impressive, and it was very reminiscent of things that I saw him do in practice. It's too bad he didn't have any more of those, when it mattered here at Arkansas, but he's been impressive. Right now, TeSlaa has caught 4 of 6 targets for 64 yards with a touchdown, his longest reception so far for 24 yards. So,
well, I mean, it seems like he's justifying the pick order there.
Oh man.
Because I know a few people were raising their eyebrows like, wait, what?
Yeah, when he was drafted. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a surprise. I had him. I think I said he was either going to be a late round pick or he wasn't going to get drafted at all, because I didn't think he had the film. He didn't get enough attention,
Yeah.
But he did.
I was thinking 5th round or not. Anywhere from the 5th round to out of the draft.
Oh yeah, because his combine, typically, and just listening to people over the years talk about the combine and just different people approaching it from a coach's standpoint and from a player standpoint, they're like, film absolutely matters, probably 65%, and everything else is whatever. It's the interviews, and then it's the NFL combine. It's sprinkled in there. There's a lot of coaches that'll tell you the 40 is one of the most overrated things to get excited about, no matter the position. And I don't remember who it was. I wish I could remember the players he was talking about, but there was a dual threat quarterback who on paper looked like didn't have a lot of rushing yards, whatever, didn't look that great on film when he ran. And he dropped like a 4.5 40 or something, which is booking it for a quarterback. That's moving. And, so again, but it's the opposite here with TeSlaa, where his combine is probably the reason why he got drafted as high as he did. So
yeah, for sure.
Congrats.
Well, I mean, it was unnoticed last season, basically.
Yeah, Petrino was like, TeSlaa who?
I think Broden had more drops than TeSlaa had catches. Might have had more drops than TeSlaa had snaps. Come on.
I think he was like fifth on the target list.
Luke Haas had more injuries than TeSlaa had snaps.
Oh man. Yeah, really crazy to think about what could have been, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and again, it could just be a system fit. That really could be what it is. It could be as simple as that. Like, you're going to tell me someone like Bobby Petrino, you're going to tell me that he saw what we saw in the combine and what we've seen in preseason ball and was like, no, I'm not going to play him at all. Like, what the hell happened? And it's not like I don't remember where he was at in total snap count, but yeah, his targets should have been way higher. Should have been double what they were.
Yeah, for sure.
We do have this bad boy right here, preseason AP top 25.
You know what's missing from there? Others receiving votes. There's no Arkansas in there.
Wait, so you think they should? Like, are you being for real?
Well, I'm just comparing right out of the gate against the coaches poll.
Yeah, the coaches poll, what'd they have?
We would have been like 31st.
Yeah. Yeah, this is directly from the AP. Yeah, BYU, Utah, Baylor, Louisville, USC. I'm a little bit surprised, not because of anything USC did a year ago, or not because I think USC is great, but I'm just because of who they are. Surprised they're not ranked.
Meanwhile, Iowa State, Indiana, Kansas State.
Are you?
I mean,
Ole Miss at 21.
Yeah. I mean, everything I've been reading is they're not going to be as good as you would expect.
Yeah, not as good as last year.
A lot of offensive line struggles is what I read.
They I thought the AP would put them higher because they're one of those teams throughout the offseason. It's like, yeah, no, it's Lane Kiffin. Of course, we're going to give them all the notoriety that they want. And they've, I mean, when you have a coach that's Lane Kiffin and as out in front of everything like he is, he's a character. He's not exactly loud. He's no John Gruden, right? Like, he's not loud and you know him as a personality. It's just the things that he tweets and the little things he says, and they always make headlines. And it's just something about coaches like that. Plus, yeah, it helps. He's been able to back it up. I mean, let's be real. We can sit here and shit all over Ole Miss all we want. Historically, Ole Miss, I stand by what I said a while back when I said Ole Miss's ceiling as a program is not higher than Arkansas's. Why? They've been in the SEC how long? And they've never made it to the SEC championship game. They've never finished first in the regular season. As far as I know, I might be wrong about that. I know they had a couple of good years back in the day, but I don't think their ceiling is as high as Arkansas's, yet it's easier to try and debate that because of where they're at right now. But it's like, okay, well, head to head, Arkansas beats them overall since they've joined the SEC. And they've Arkansas's won the SEC West more. They made a BCS bowl, which they should have won had Ohio State actually suspended those players. But even when they didn't suspend those players, they were in that game. So I don't know. I just think Arkansas' ceiling is higher than Ole Miss's. But again, Ole Miss right now is the hot team. And that's why I thought for sure they'd be top 15. And they're not on the AP. They've got them at 21, which I think is probably fair. Would you put them higher or lower at 21? Would you put them higher or lower?
I mean, I don't know that I have a problem with the bottom 10. I'd probably leave them where they are. If I had a problem with any of the bottom 10, really, it's Iowa State and Indiana being in there at all.
Oh, God.
I mean, I wouldn't even put them in the top 25. They're jokes.
Yeah.
Ole Miss, top 20, maybe make them 20. 21's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm fine with them being 21. I am. I'm fine with it. Would I maybe put them a little bit lower because of all the change on the defensive line and the quarterback and some of the changes up front on the offensive line? How big of an upgrade is Kudus really? Oh, Judas Kudus over there, who hated Ole Miss or whatever, and then a paycheck came through. You know, I don't know. Kudus was actually ended up having a pretty decent year at Arkansas. Maybe that's an upgrade over there. But I'd probably lower them maybe, but I'm kind of with you. Like 21 seems fine. I mean, it really does.
Yeah.
Tennessee at 24 is interesting.
The question I think is coaching, right? Because if we have all that turnover, we're falling apart.
Yeah. Oh God.
But can Kiffin hold it together with all the turnover? Maybe. So
he damn sure
21's fair to start anyway.
Yeah. I like this one. You can't handle the truth says don't sleep on South Carolina.
Yeah.
Fair. That's fair. By the way, have you guys, anyone in chat, and have you guys watched the SEC thing on Netflix yet? Arkansas's in there. I don't remember what episode, but like you're sharing the episode with Vanderbilt because of course you are. And it's mostly covering the Tennessee. It's covering the Tennessee game. And I don't know. Listen, cool that they're doing that. It's more exposure for the SEC. You're in fierce competition right now with the Big Ten. Like it is the belief is the Big Ten has replaced the SEC. That is the belief. And to get something like that on Netflix is pretty cool. So it's great exposure. I think they could have done it differently. I think they could have done 16, 25-minute episodes where each episode they just cover the team. Yeah. You know, and I get what they're doing. They're covering the moments, which is probably more clickbaity. You're more likely to get clicks, I guess. But for the actual fan, like I would have preferred 16 episodes and they just cover each team for 30 minutes. Like, here you go. Here's what's up with Arkansas. Here's Sam Pittman. He's on the hot seat. Of course he is. Yet again. So
maybe
anyway. Yeah, maybe they'll do a second season. They'll change it up. That's the only one I've watched, and I kind of fast forwarded through the Vanderbilt stuff. I just was only there to watch Arkansas. Anyways, don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Make sure you retweet the Tusk Talk tweet, if you will. Share us, I don't know, group of friends, whatever. I heard Travis paid for Kudus to Oh man, he said he was gonna he was gonna miss out or something, and he is, because we're gonna throw him under the bus.
We're just gonna roast him here.
Hey, listen, he gets me on all the XP swaps on spins when we do the wheel spins in Discord. So you know what? Fair game, Travis. If you're watching this later, fair game. We're gonna throw you under the bus. All right.
Did Finebaum go in on Lashley again today?
Did he?
I'm asking because Tim B put that in the comments.
Really?
I'm gonna have to look that up now. If you want to start your Gruden conversation.
Yeah. Wow. Interesting. That's a feud. The Paul Finebaum versus Rhett Lashley feud is, oh my God, it just makes me want Rhett Lashley here even more. But you talk about, having a grudge against the guy. And I listen, mad respect for Paul Finebaum, right? I mean, as to have a show as long as he has, and yeah, I get it. Sometimes he makes just silly points, but then sometimes he's kind of on the money, But this whole thing with Rhett Lashley has just gotten, I don't know, but I'm kind of enjoying it. I heard.
I don't see anything new, not anything newer than a week old.
Okay. All right.
Which we talked about this, last week?
We did. Well, let's get into it.
2 weeks ago, I guess.
Thanks for the super chat, boys. Will, I see. Appreciate that, man. Let's get into the not super chat. The John Gruden wants the job, wants to be back in the SEC. Unfortunately, I couldn't. Here we go. This is John Gruden. He's at Georgia. He was at Georgia when he said this. I'll see if I can blow the screen up. Here we go.
The only reason I really came here is I want to coach again. I'm being honest with you. I do not bullshit either. I want to coach again. I'd die to coach in the SEC.
By the way, earmuffs. Earmuffs, if you've got any children near you. This is definitely NSFW earmuffs. Okay? I'm giving you a warning here. All right? 3, 2, 1.
See, I would love it. I would fucking love it. Hey.
So there you go.
Now you're definitely not getting any notifications from YouTube.
Yeah, now I'm done.
That's done.
YouTube's like, no, we can't do that. Although I listen to other shows and they drop F-bombs and it's like, what the crap, dude? I guess they've painted out a nice little piece of the YouTube pie, so YouTube just puts them out anyways. So yeah, there you have it. John Gruden talking to Georgia. By the way, I think you can catch this on his YouTube channel. And if you guys haven't watched his stuff on YouTube, I've caught some of it, and it's pretty fun stuff.
Yeah.
John Gruden gets to say, "Yeah, I had no way to bleep it out. So there you go. So let's get into the John Gruden part of this. He sat down with Brandon Marcello a year ago. I think it was actually last September. And here's just kind of the notes here. And some of you guys have heard, some of it maybe you haven't. Gruden resigned in October of 2021 amid his fourth season with the Raiders after the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times uncovered explosive emails dating back to his time as an ESPN analyst between 2011 and 2018. Gruden's emails were among more than 650,000 reviewed by the NFL. My ass, they reviewed that many. As investigated workplace misconduct within the Washington NFL franchise. In the emails, Gruden used anti-gay language and derogatory language to describe NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell. He also accused Goodell of pressuring the Rams to draft Michael Sam, an openly gay player, in 2014. By the way, all the criticisms of him were spot on. Michael Sam sucked. Okay, I'll just say I don't care if you think the color pink is red. I don't care. If you could play defensive end, you could play defensive end. I even then I didn't care. I was like, yeah, whatever. Can he play? And he played at Mizzou, by the way. So in college, that would be the thing I would hold against him more than being gay. But Michael Sam was not good. I think if I remember right, he barely made the roster, and then he was cut like the next year. And I had heard that Goodell had pressured not only the Rams, but some other teams to draft Michael Sam, but that was never substantiated. So maybe that all came from John Gruden. I don't know. But, so maybe there was something to that. Maybe not. It certainly doesn't look good when you combine all of that. Right. So here's Gruden on coaching. And again, this was last year when he said this. Gruden on coaching in 2024. Yeah, I'm interested in coaching, Gruden said. My dad was a college coach. I was a college coach at Pitt. My wife was a cheerleader at Tennessee when I met her. Hell yeah, I'm interested in coaching. I know I can help a team. I know I can help young players get better, and I know I can hire a good staff. And that's the only thing I can guarantee. But yeah, I'm very interested in coaching at any level, period. So, and by the way, he's never going to make it back into the NFL. So that's part of the reason. So? No. I think he burned bridges. And when those emails came out, and not only that, like, then it's not only all the other stuff, which, listen, he's done his time, right? I mean, the guy has not been a head coach since all this went down. I get, when people say canceling is no longer a thing, I think technically Gruden could probably be the example that it is. For some people, not like it's hurt him too much. He is working for Barstool, but anyways, yeah, I don't think I think he's out of the NFL. And I think that's why he said this then not over a year ago, just under a year ago, when he was talking to Brandon Marcello with CBS Sports, which is where all that came from. And so of course he wants an SEC job. It is, between that and the Big Ten. And I guess you could say, well, why didn't he say that with the Big Ten? Well, he was at an SEC program's house. So I'm sure he would say the same damn thing if he was at Ohio State. He would say, well, I want to coach the Big Ten. But none of this is shocking if you had read, and we covered it here. I covered this whole thing when he talked with Brandon Marcello with CBS Sports last year. I covered it. None of that was shocking that he wanted back in coaching. ADs were asked by CBS Sports about hiring Gruden. And again, we don't know who these ADs are. Their names are not released, but this particular AD said, if I was in the market right now, would I interview John Gruden? Yeah, probably. an athletic director at the Group of 5 level, admitted under condition of anonymity. Am I saying that right? It doesn't feel like
anonymity.
Anonymity. There'd be no reason. It's like Iamaliava. I'm gonna have to sit here and practice it. There'd be no reason not to. Now, if I was at Florida, no, I'm not going to do that. It's not the right fit, right time. A lot of that depends on the job, or on the right job. One of the things with a Group of 5 schools, you can take a more calculated risk. To that end, an SEC administrator called Gruden untouchable as a coaching candidate. During his years off the sideline at ESPN, Gruden was frequently discussed as a candidate for the top jobs in the NFL and college, notably being linked to vacancies at Tennessee. But that was then. This is now. Obviously, Tennessee's not going to make any changes unless he leaves. So I asked AI. I pulled a Tim. I asked AI just on Gruden, just kind of like, I forgot the prompt, but it was basically I think the prompt was originally about his recruiting, because I swear he made a comment a long time ago about recruiting and how he's just not like a big fan of it. And obviously that would be a problem if you're trying to be a head coach at the college level. But this is what again, I don't remember the prompt. I should have wrote it out, but this is what AI gave me back when I asked it about Gruden. He's been educating himself on the evolving landscape of college football, including the transfer portal and NIL, which have significantly changed the recruiting and roster management aspects of the game since his last college coaching stint in 1991. And then his coaching style, it says Gruden is known for his intense, high-energy coaching style, and he envisions using a two-back, multiple tight end sets. And then potential landing spots. Again, this is from AI. Analysts, and you know how they do this. They gather all the information and then, kind of put it all out there. Yep. Analysts have suggested various SEC programs that might be a good fit, including LSU, Tennessee, Florida, and Arkansas, with some even mentioning Virginia Tech outside the SEC, according to ESPN analyst Peter Burns. So his career record is 122 and 116, so it puts him in a 513. Yes, he's a slightly above 500 head coach. His regular season record is 511, 117, 112, 117 wins, 112 losses. He is a career 500 coach in the NFL. No doubt about it. So I do have pros and cons, but Tim, I want to get your reaction to this. And of course, chat, we already said we've got the question of the day. Would a John Gruden, again, this is for everyone now and everyone post live chat, you're going to get some bonus XP in Discord if you screenshot it and share it in Discord and tag me. Would Gruden excite you? And then tell me why or why not. Tim, would a Gruden hire excite you?
I mean, it doesn't, but it doesn't excite me. It doesn't not excite me for, I think, the reasons that it doesn't excite some people. Like you and I were talking earlier, there's articles pointing out, that he was a racist and a misogynist and a bigot and all of that stuff. And I mean, I understand where that's coming from, but purely from a football perspective, I was not excited about him as a pro coach. I didn't follow John Gruden. Of the coaches that I did, I followed Sean Payton, I followed Bill Belichick. There's handfuls of coaches that you follow, and John Gruden never was someone that impressed me from a coaching standpoint, even outside of the stuff that he did that really, really got him, blackballed or whatever. So no, it wouldn't really excite me. I'm not sure that it would be the same kind of boost long term that like Dion going to Colorado was. Everywhere Dion talks about going, it's suddenly he could turn around Drexel University, I think, if he went there, because the world is watching Dion. I think there would be a little bit of that with John Gruden wherever he goes, but I don't think it'll be the same kind of impact. And so it wouldn't excite me. I'd be more excited about Rhett Lashley, and I'm not even excited about that one, but I would be more excited about Rhett Lashley than John Gruden.
So Rhett Lashley wouldn't excite you?
I mean, it would be a very wait and see approach.
Well, to be fair, that would be it would have to be any coach, right? Like anyone you bring in, it's going to be, again, and we're all saying this, by the way, I can hear the angry types for the comment section after the live show. Chip Pittman's already fired according to you two. No, we're saying, obviously, if he doesn't win enough, if they go, and again, now we're hearing more of the rhetoric that, he's only got to make a bowl game because Arkansas is so broke they can't fire him. God, if that's the case, you don't belong in the SEC. I'm sorry. I'll just say it like that. But let's say he 100%. Does get fired, 3-9, 2-10, whatever. Not saying that happens, but if it does, and you brought in someone like a Rhett Lash, I think Rhett would move the needle for me for sure. How much? I understand the wait and see part of it, but
let's see what he does this year. I mean, let's see what he does this year, because if SMU doesn't have the same kind of year that they had last year, are you going to be as excited about Rhett next year?
That is true.
I mean, what if he only gets 7 wins this year? Are we all the people that are bring Rhett over? Are they suddenly gonna is all that chirping gonna go away because he has a 7-win season?
Yeah, it will. It will. If he goes 7-5, all of a sudden you're gonna have fans.
And so that's why I'm like, I mean, I would be more excited about Rhett than John Gruden, but I'm not sure that even Rhett. Let me see what he does this season with SMU.
If they're anything like their EA. God, if they're anything like their EA team, their offense is I'm not having very much fun with it. Of course, we're playing on All-American, and I got my ass kicked by Hog Pat the other night. I got smoked.
Well, have you looked at the Heisman candidate, or the top 5 Heisman guys for our Patreon league?
I haven't.
Taylor Green's in second place right now.
Dude,
he's in second place, and Satania's in 5th.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, they're really big on it. I think they were big on him last year too, if I remember. They had him pretty good, I think. Maybe I guess mixed up. So here's what I have for Gruden. Here's the pros. Recruiting potential could be unlike anything Arkansas football has seen in program history. And the reason why I say that is down in Tampa, a good buddy of mine, actually I used to have a podcast with, Digital Fire Podcast. His name's SoCom Buck. Love the guy, huge Buck fan, Tampa Bay Bucks fan. He'll tell you down there he is still a big deal. Imagine that pipeline into Tampa.
Yeah,
the top cream of the crop recruiting happens in that part of Florida. Well, all over Florida. I mean, let's be real. But that would be I think that would open up a huge pipeline in that area. He's probably going to hire coaches. Maybe he'll get someone from that Bucks, from that coaching staff when he won a Super Bowl. Personality-wise, it'd be yet another character on campus who would bring notoriety, some more eyeballs on the program, right? Could be the boost NIL, or the boost to the NIL the university is looking for. He's 100% a known public figure that brings intensity and excitement to a football program where apathy is another cloud formation that's just been sitting over Fayetteville over the past decade. We're not excited about football anymore around here. And then no doubt, on the field, Gruden knows how to assemble a football team. He knows and understands the logistics of pulling together a great staff, all that stuff. I already mentioned earlier, he did make a comment about recruiting. I just couldn't find it. And I don't think he was a big fan of it, or that was something that kind of turned him off about coaching in college. Obviously, that would change. And anymore, college football, the head coach is just he's basically the face of recruiting, but it's all done by assistants. It's all done by position coaches and the assistants and your coordinators. Those are the guys that are more involved with recruiting. So yeah, the cons, the emails and the controversy could be used as a huge recruiting negative against Gruden. And then the big one, right? The elephant in the room. The game has it passed him by. He knows X's and O's. He's obsessed with the game of football, fully aware. He's been studying the game of college football for the last several years, but that doesn't necessarily equate to success on the field or put a good product on the field. So I think those two cons are big, and that's where it's like, you're doing this. Now, on the thumbnail, I wrote, "Here we go again," because Gruden has been connected to Tennessee multiple times. And this is now the second round since Pittman has been the head coach, where Gruden has been the name, or like he's shown interest in being a coach again, and Hog fans do this thing where they're like, bring him now. And then you had Aaron Torres. Aaron Torres said, pull the trigger on Twitter. He said, do it now. Like, so Tim, I don't know, man. To me, it feels like a gimmicky hire if they were to do that.
It does. I agree. I mean, a lot of people said that about Dion too. So
that's fair.
I don't know, man. I say all of that, and then On3 reports 9 hours ago that a lot of top prospects would be interested in following Gruden wherever he went.
Where are you reading that at?
On3.
Oh, okay.
9 hours ago they posted that in an article. So
I think recruiting would get a boost. I don't think there's like, man, just watch his video that he uploaded when he was down at Georgia. Like all these people coming up to him and talking to him. I mean, he's kind of the face of football without having anything to do with it, as far as from a coaching standpoint.
Yeah.
And Barstool's been a big part of that, but Barstool's not. I mean, he's just basically putting himself out there through Barstool. I'm sure they're promoting him one way or another, but like everywhere he goes, it's like, oh, okay, here's the guy. This is the guru of football. This guy, he eats, breathes, and sleeps football. What was that show that he had?
When did he become our Madden?
That's a good question, actually.
I mean, John Madden was eat, sleep, breathe football.
Yeah.
And now it feels like John Gruden is John Madden for this generation, or the previous two anyway.
He's the canceled version.
He's canceled John Madden. It's the John Madden.
What was that show that he had on ESPN where it was like Gruden's quarterback room or whatever? Did you ever watch that?
No.
Oh, it was so good though. I love listening to him. Oh yeah, I love listening to him talk to those quarterbacks, and talking about just like the language and the things that are happening pre-snap, and he's kind of picking that quarterback's brain. You could tell he just gets so excited talking football with these guys. I love someone like that. And let's be real. Nothing against Sam. Sam is definitely, we all know it, he's a all good old boys, shucks, gee golly whiz kind of guy at the microphone. When Gruden gets excited about something, everyone in the room, everyone watching knows it.
You're right. Listen to you sit here and try to convert me into a Gruden.
It's infectious, and it comes from him. Like I wish I could get that excited about any damn thing in my life when he talks about when he's talking about football and quarterbacks and receivers and routes and oh man, he did that video where Arkansas sent him a whole bunch of stuff in the mail. He was so excited, and he knew he was bringing out players that I hadn't thought about in forever.
And he did spark up a lot of interest there because he seemed to love the Razorbacks. Now, did he study up for that video?
That's a question. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but he did seem to love the Razorbacks as he talked about them.
Damn, I'm going to talk.
Or was he just trying to? Was he trying to? Where's Paul Finebaum? He's subverting the current coaching staff.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's got his tentacles in Little Rock.
Tentacles in Little Rock.
I don't know. I would be more concerned about the total package on the field. I would be more concerned with the product on the field. Everything else about Gruden is awesome. Everything else, okay, other than the stuff that he said in the emails. All right, not awesome there. He made a huge mistake.
Surely he's over that. I mean, surely you don't have to worry about that again.
Yeah, that's not something. And even if you're going to use that against him on the recruiting trail, then just pull up his YouTube his content when he's talking to players, and I don't think it would have this negative. In fact, I think it would be the opposite. It would be huge. The big thing for me, I do think recruiting that pipeline to Tampa into Florida would be unbelievable. The last coach to really have great success in Florida was Brett Bielema. He brought Denver Kirkland and Alex Collins, and I can't remember all the others, but I think it would be that. Maybe you're pulling that kind of talent every year that he would be here. But again, it's like, all right, cool. Talk myself into it. And then I start thinking about, has the game passed him by? And even AI says he's working, he's getting to know the game. And the other, I guess, the other positive side, if you were to hire Gruden for the, before the 2026 season, assuming Pittman completely fails, I think he would probably get him pretty cheap. I don't think he would demand high salary unless other programs come along. I don't know what his deal is with Barstool. If he's got a contract there, he's got to, he's obligated to fulfill, and then you have to, pay that buyout. But the other pro is that the game is headed in the direction of the NFL. Like it's heading that way. You've got a GM now at Arkansas, right? When you're in the NFL, you've got a whole front office that helps you to assemble a team. You've got one guy who's, I guess, going to have assistants help him. I don't know. But so you are kind of slowly with the portal contracts, I think, are on their way. Hopefully we get a players union. I don't know how that's going to happen, but hopefully that happens. I know there's some people that are against it, but I'm telling you, it would really help smooth out this process. I'm not a huge pro-union guy, but when it comes to pro sports and even college sports now, I've been kind of talked into it. But the game is heading in that direction, which is somewhat familiar territory for someone like a John Gruden. So
24/7 says he has an out for a head coaching job in the NFL with his Barstool deal, but it doesn't say college, so it specifies NFL head coaching job. He has an out for that.
I think they know, and he knows he's not. As long as Goodell is the GM or is the man, as long as he's the commish, I don't think he's ever going to get back in the NFL until that man retires, and then we'll see. Of course, by then he is 61, which is something my dad was like. I told my dad, he asked me what we were talking about tonight, and I said, "Yeah, we're going to talk about Gruden. Here we go again with the Gruden talk." and he was like, "He's pushing 70." I was like, "Dad, he's 61. He's the same age as Sam Pittman, but he's way more enthusiastic." And I think he would. Fans would love it. I mean, Cal. One of the selling points of Cal is what he's got, that charisma behind the microphone and in the living rooms of these players.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's right.
So now you guys can answer that question. Have I talked you into him?
Kind of, yeah, you have. But I mean, maybe the whole point was he's been a subject of conversation for how many years now as a Razorback coach, and it's always kind of fallen through, and it sounded dumb. Like, it's not going to happen. Would you please let it go? Same with the Gus Malzahn conversation. It's not going to happen. Just let it go. So maybe that's it more than anything. It's been an unbelievable option, and now he's making it an option.
Yeah. Well, he's doing himself, and it's weird.
Yeah.
It's a genius marketing move. It really is. Like, he is, all of a sudden, I think other schools are maybe kind of like, wait a minute. Maybe he could. And I don't know that I would say group of 5 is where he should start. Like, go to group of 5, go to, I don't know, Louisiana Lafayette, or, one of these programs that, group of 5 school somewhere, and maybe coach 3 or 4 years. Let's see where you're at. But then by then he really is pushing 70. Yeah. He's in his mid 60s at that point. So he may be like, no, I want to be.
So the question too is the staff. What staff does he bring in? Because that matters. It matters who's the offensive coordinator and who's the defensive coordinator, and how much power he gives each one of them. Yeah. Or if he's going to hold on to the reins very tightly himself, it matters.
Yeah.
I don't know what his style was in the NFL.
It seems
like he owned the offense.
He did. He ran the offense.
I mean,
I remember that.
Ran the offense. So he didn't need much of an offensive coordinator.
Yeah. What's his brother up to? What's Jay up to these days? Is he still coaching?
Let me see.
He was coaching Washington.
Right.
And then I don't know what happened to him. And it feels like, he was fired from Washington before COVID, if I remember right. And remember, like, there were a couple of years there where Washington was damn good. They like won the East. I don't remember what year that was.
Looks like he hasn't coached since 2019.
Okay. So it was before COVID.
He was an offensive consultant with the Rams in 22.
That makes sense because the McVay connection. Yeah, that's right. Okay, it's coming back to me now. I don't know. Maybe he brings his brother along. I don't know.
Maybe.
And that's why I said maybe he can get some guys from that from the old days if they're still around when he was coaching at Tampa. I don't know. I mean, I honestly, you would want guys that are more modern. You'd want guys that are more familiar with the college football landscape. But you can't tell me he doesn't have connections, right?
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I am kind of. I was talking to War Machine about this in Discord chat, and I agreed with him. I was like, yeah, he would have to be like when you've swung and miss on multiple coaches, you don't get Rhett Lashley, you don't get whatever coach. Syracuse coach has come up on my. I like him a lot. I keep blanking on his name. If you swing and miss on him and some other coaches, and he's there, and you've swung and missed on like 3 options, and you've got Gruden who's like, yeah, bring me on. Again, it goes back to that explosion of excitement because of who he is, his personality and his past. Yeah, he won a Super Bowl, and John Haas will tell you, well, that was because of somebody else. But it's like, okay, but he was still the guy that won the damn Super Bowl, so he was the head coach. I think you probably would have to consider it. At the very least, you toss him a phone call, talk to him a little bit. So I don't know.
Fran Brown is the Syracuse.
Yeah, that's it. Brown. That's it. Yeah. Fran Brown. I like him. Great coach. Love everything he says. Yeah, Fran Brown is. I would like Fran Brown. I really would. So
I don't know about him honestly. I have to read up on him, but I'll take your word for it.
Coaching at Cuse had a really good year last year. Their offense was solid. All right, Tim.
Yes.
Did you know that Arkansas had a scrimmage on Saturday?
I knew. I know the Arkansas offense had a scrimmage on Saturday.
Yeah, we got some stuff here. We got a video here. This is Sam.
Oh yeah, play it.
I actually kind of forgot what he was asked. So we'll just. I think this was a question about the scrimmage. Let me back it up.
Everybody on defense and offense just have a really standout, remarkable game today.
There we go.
Mike Washington.
Oh yeah.
I mean, got a 62-yard touchdown, maybe second play of the game. Then he came back, rushed one for about 4 yards, had a 40-yard touchdown run. It's pretty good. And obviously the line's doing a good job and all that too, but Mike stood out to me. Now, there's some other things here in the wide receiver. I thought Omega Blake had his best day. He caught a couple touchdown passes. I thought he had his best day. Sharp showed up today a little bit, catching the football. Braylon had a touchdown or two, ran hard behind his pads, but for the most part, I thought the offensive line protected pretty good. It's a lot of reps, obviously, to protect, but we expect them to protect every time. But Platt showed up, got a touchdown pass, a 20-yard touchdown pass. So, but the one that was Mike Washington. I mean, he was outstanding.
Was in here yesterday saying that Mike Washington in practice the other day, one of the first few plays, breaks out for a run. He just did it again today. What is it about Mike that makes him so successful so fast?
Well, he's really good.
Yeah.
He's fast. He can break tackles. He seems to set up blocks well. But he seems like he can run forever. Catch the ball. He can run. Yeah, the first play of live tackle in the year, he goes to the house on a little stretch play. He can make you miss. He's just an all-around guy. He's a good player, and he's super fast. And he's continued to move on and move. I tell you, a guy that has come on at line.
Yeah, I had to split that because the audio was so bad. So this is a question. I think it was about maybe players standing out. You'll have to forgive me. I put this together earlier. I was kind of rushing it.
Linebackers Andrew Harris.
There it is, Harris.
good player, physical guy, can run. He's moved up to 1 on every special team, obviously, besides field goal. But he's moved up to depth chart. I like Trent Whalen too, but I really think Andrew's moving up big time. I think he'll play a ton of ball on defense for us as well, as Brad.
More and more and more about Harris,
Mm-hmm.
the late transfer. He continues to coaches keep talking about him. And I guess he's kind of been the standout guy. I kind of wonder if he'd been here during spring ball, if we wouldn't be talking about him as a guy that's going to rotate in with the ones. This is I say this every freaking year. Know where you're going to transfer before spring. Get in with that program, practice, get to know the facilities, the coaches, the players, in the offense or defense in which you're going to operate within. And
spring ball makes a big difference.
God, it does. So he's there now and he's tearing it up. So that's what matters. That's what matters. Hey guys, make sure you hit the like button, please, on the stream. Just share the content, but especially hit the like button if you haven't already. We can do better than 26 likes. We can do better than that. And then we heard from let me pull this up. I got so many things I got to remove from studio. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Videos. Here we go. All right. Travis Williams spoke today.
We saw a lot of 3 linebacker work during the spring. And, when we get to watch fastball, it's been pretty much that 4-2-5 base. So I'm just curious, how has the 3 linebacker looks been coming along? And maybe if you want to play more of that, do you have to find more guys for the position than maybe you did last year?
No, we have them. It's just like now that you out there, it's just the install, the days of the install. A lot of that stuff is coming. We got so much more defense that we're going to put in, but it's a schedule of like your install. So we're going to be multiple. You'll see 3 linebackers out there. You may see 3 high safeties. You may see a 3-4. We got a lot of different things. Like today, we had a different blitz package, different guys rushing. Just okay. Who was our guys that could give us juice? So we could just play coverage and not blitz. So it's different personnel that we putting in, but as far as the installation schedule, we're not there yet.
Okay, really quick. So, and he does talk a little bit, I think, in this clip about the scrimmage on Saturday. You have some notes. If you want to go into that for just a second, what you have written down, what stood out to you from Saturday, Tim?
Well, my notes are not necessarily positive notes, honestly. A whole lot of big plays. What I thought was interesting, I was listening to, gosh, I can't remember who I was listening to now. And they were like, Arkansas secondary so much bigger, and they're actually faster. Like your outside corners are 6'2" each. Your safeties are 6'1", 6'2". They start going into it and talking about how much bigger we are than we were last year. But then you look at what happened in the scrimmage, even if it was against second team in some cases, but when the second team offense was up against the first team defense, big plays were the name of the day. 63-yard touchdown here, 70-yard touchdown there, 45-yard pass. It just, to me, it's hard to say. It's hard to look at those kind of things happening and go, okay, our offense is so good. To me, it's like, how good was the defense they were going up against? Even if it's the twos, if we're rotating guys in, it just feels like that's a dangerous place to be giving up big plays left and right. I know Sorey said it was communication issues. He kind of took responsibility and he said, we just have to clean up communication. It boils down to that. Yeah. And that's kind of his job as a leader on the defense. But that's probably the biggest note that I have is big plays for the name of the day. And I don't know if that means our offense is that good or our defense really wasn't.
And I don't know that I enjoy hearing, and I'm not trying to overreact to this, and I'm not saying this is Chad Morris, we've got 25% of the offense installed talk.
Yeah.
But he is talking like, oh yeah, we're still installing some stuff because they do want to get to a 3 linebacker set. That is something they want to do. They are a multiple defense, meaning they'll run 3 guys up front, 3 linebackers, or 4-2, they'll do all sorts of different things. I think they base that on who they're playing and what the personnel looks like and who's available.
Sure.
But like to hear that they, like, yeah, in spring camp, they were trying to work on more 3 linebacker packages. And like you just said too, it sounds like communication was an issue with Saturday, and Xavier Sori sounds like he may have had something to do with that. And that's not something you would expect from a senior. Now he may have said that it was communication, maybe not on his part, but regardless, it is early. Like, it's semi-early. I will say you're approaching the halfway point when it comes to fall camp. Like, you've got a game the last Saturday of this month.
Well, but you've got, I mean, that game the last Saturday of this month is actually it's the tune-up. Let's fix and tweak all the little things, right?
Yeah.
You hope that you go into that game with no potential of loss. I know I make everybody's blood boil with Arkansas State being a trap game, but even I don't believe Alabama A&M is a trap game. It really is a tweak the little things, make sure your communication is good. It's UAPB last year. Alabama A&M is going to be the same thing, and hopefully any of these communication issues are fixed.
And hopefully we're not hearing that prep week or install week about, we're still installing, we're still trying to install that linebacker look. That's just, it's like you were working on this in spring ball. And we know now, I guess there's like more communication allowed throughout the summer. I don't know what they can and can't talk about. Forever, coaches couldn't have any interaction with players over the summer. I meant to ask Courtney that actually last time she was on here, but and so you're telling me we're X amount of days into practice and we're still working on install with a 3 linebacker set. Again, I'm not overreacting, and I'm not saying, oh God, the sky is falling, nothing like that. That's not something I really expected to hear, but I also don't think anybody should be like, red flag, we're in trouble, we're in deep shit. No, they didn't really do this much last year, although they did practice it a little bit, I seem to remember. But they definitely were doing it in the spring, and I don't know what's going on in fastball, where sounds like they're mostly running just a 4-2, and that could just have something to do with, the availability of personnel. But
so do you know, is it strictly 3-3-5, or are they running some 4-3-2?
It's all of it. It's like it is multiple.
Curious.
Just like last year. I mean, they ran a different defense entirely for Tennessee, which is why it worked on Iamaleava. Like, it was something they really hadn't seen much of on tape when watching Arkansas.
Right.
They'll run different stuff. It really is a multiple set defense, and yet they will practice a lot of like a 4-2 front, almost like a nickel defense. But yeah, it doesn't sound like the one thing I will say about Saturday that I did hear that was, well, there were a couple of things that were promising. KJ Jackson with the 63-yarder to Monty Harrison, and that was 2s versus 1s.
Right.
So that's a pretty big deal. And I think Monty Harrison had a couple of good plays. It does sound like the offense, and I know you'd mentioned something before we went live that Taylor Green had a good day. He just struggled in the red zone a little bit, or the offense couldn't move in the red zone.
That's what I read from somebody, but I really need to do a little more verification on that. It seems like maybe Russell had a couple of red zone touchdowns.
I think Russell did score at least. I think he scored at least once. Pretty sure Pittman said once, maybe twice. Of course, Washington was the highlight, like Pittman had mentioned earlier. We showed it here on the video.
Yeah, apparently he's a Heisman contender now. John Neighbors, what?
That's called engagement farming, man. You just got to know how to do
the
it.
Same thing. If I say that, how many people jump on and jump in this chat and be like, he's not going to win the Heisman at Arkansas?
I saw someone in Discord said that too. They're like, that's our Heisman or something. You can't listen anymore. You're going to have to be 9-10 wins to have a Heisman contender to even be thought of.
Yeah.
And we all know, like,
Arkansas is going to have to go undefeated, because if Darren McFadden couldn't win it, you're not winning it at Arkansas unless you go undefeated.
You talk about rigged.
Yeah.
Rigged. Let's finish what the coach says here.
The 3 high that worked so well against Tennessee, was the Texas scheme similar on that? And then also, how much did that kind of structure help what you were doing last year?
It helped a lot. I mean, it helped a lot, because you have to, like, you can force feed whatever your scheme is, or you can adjust to your personnel, right? And we had to adjust to it, and we're not gonna throw it away. We got it in the playbook. So it's some good stuff. It's some things that we can sprinkle out there when need be, and we haven't put it in this fall camp, but it's in the playbook. So again, what is your personnel? How can you get these guys to play as fast and physical and confident as you can? And that was something that we did last year. Will we use it this year? I don't know, but it's in the playbook.
We haven't seen, I don't know if I've ever seen a secondary that's potentially as big with 226.
Yeah, so here's the other thing. The size of the secondary being as, like you kind of mentioned, talking about it earlier, they are bigger. And I remember spring camp, the little bit of time I got to actually be there, that did stand out a little bit. Like, holy crap, the secondary is definitely taller.
Yeah.
222 and a couple of 200-pound cornerbacks possibly, and 200-pound nickel. Like, that size, have you been around a defense with that kind of size yet?
No, I can't recall. I recall a couple guys back there being that big, but not the whole back end. First of all, let me say Coach Sauter's does an amazing job. Coach Sauter's got those guys, like, they're big, they're strong, they're fast. So he and his crew does a great job. And length, like, you want to be able to close those windows that the quarterback is looking through, and that's kind of what the length helps us with. Now, you want to be big and fast, but you don't want to be big and slow. So big is awesome, but you got to still be able to run. So we had to make sure as they put it on, the strength and the weight that comes with putting on the strength, making sure they still can run. But getting off the bus, we're a good-looking team. We make sure we play that well on the field. So,
yeah, that's a good point.
Well, and you brought up the point of don't get too hyped up about Antonio Jordan after a couple of performances, right? Mm-hmm. But the same thing applies to the defense. We kind of talked about that. Is don't get too hyped up on, well, they're bigger, faster, stronger, because everybody, if you go to Missouri, if you go to Auburn, if you go to Vanderbilt and you say, how are you looking in the fall practices, they're going, well, we're bigger, we're faster, we're stronger. Everybody. We're putting a better product on the field. Everybody's saying the same thing. Yeah. He's not saying something that Vandy's coach isn't saying, that, everybody isn't saying.
Everyone's saying, but the overall length, I don't know who else is. I would like to know, I guess, when the dust settles at the end of the year, like, is there another select that's as big as these guys are? And then there's just the other factor, which is, are they any good?
Right.
Like, Selman Bridges, he had a good spring camp, and apparently he's doing okay in fall camp. He's like 6'3", but I remember looking at him last year going, man, he's like a beanpole. He's definitely 6'2", 6'3", and with helmet and cleats and pads on and everything, he looks like he's 6'4", 6'5". But at the end of the day, like, can he have an impact? I remember when he committed, and when we started reporting on him, everyone was like, "Oh, there's our starting corner. There he is." Yeah. And I'm like, "What? No, like, hold on. It's not that simple." So having all that is great. It's wonderful. But the question does, it's something else to be tall and all that stuff, be strong. But then are you actually any good? And I like Selman Bridges, Singleton. I like the newbies, the transfer corner and the kid they got out of OU. I like. Kenny Walker. These are guys that should have an impact. But again, the question is how big of an impact, and is it enough? But going back to
Walker
Saturday,
did have a pick.
He did. Kenny Walker did have a pick. That's correct. Mm-hmm. I don't know that we have. Do we have the total number of turnovers? Do you have that anywhere?
I saw 2 picks somewhere. I don't remember who had the other one off the top of my head. I know Justice Boone and Larry Worth had sacks. Yeah, I don't know. I can try to find it.
I'll tell you something else that's I don't know what to make of it yet, is David Oakey. It's now twice we've heard Pittman say, like, they want more out of him and they want him to know the defense. And he was someone I thought when they got him out of the portal, like, okay, I know he's from Abilene Christian, but they were so big on him.
Right.
I thought he'd be like instantly a guy that's probably going to start or at least be in the 2 deep. And it sounds
Still
like
such a big jump from Abilene Christian to the SEC.
It is. It's a big jump, especially when you've got Danny Saili, who's a super senior who had probably the biggest jump in camp. I mean, he's right there in front of you, right? You've got him, Cam Ball, Ian Jaffrard, who's someone who needs to step up. They've got him at 6'5", 387 on the website there, on their roster, Razorbacks.com. 6'5", 387. He's going to be in the mix. And then you have the 4-star freshman, Kevin Otis, who we haven't heard much about yet. They've got him at 6'3", 289. But I wouldn't, again, this is first fall camp or first fall scrimmage.
Yep.
So I wouldn't freak out too much about any of this, including the stuff that Travis says is might be a problem or the things that he thinks are negative. Maybe they'll work on that next time. I don't know. I wanted to pull up really fast when if they're having, they've got another scrimmage. That's going to be on the 16th. So boom, we've got another, and it is closed. Yeah. And is that not the same day as the meetup? There's their, what do you call it? Their fan day or whatever.
Their fan day.
That's the 16th, isn't it?
I think it is actually.
So the scrimmage is at 11:45 a.m. Again, that's closed off. And then later they're supposed to have, I'm pretty sure that's when
August 16th, 3 to 4:30.
I'll be damned. That is this weekend. I'm going to try and go down there. I don't think I'm going to try and get any autographs, but I'm just going to probably maybe film. I know someone I know is going to be there and I might try to run into them, but so yeah, you've got the other news this week, which is pretty big. We're gonna get Bobby Petrino tomorrow. That'll be big. What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, he's gonna talk to the media.
Oh, I was like, wait a second. Are you telling me he's coming on Tusk Talk? No. We're having a Tuesday episode. Everybody log in. Oh, you got me all excited.
No. But they're going to practice at 9:15 a.m. and then afterwards, the media. When I say we, I mean like the public.
I know.
We're going to get Bobby Petrino, so that'll be big. Yeah. That'll be big. That'll be a good one. And then after that, it's Deke Adams and then Woodson.
Heartbroken. He's playing with my emotions.
Oh, my bad. And then we get our first Sam Pittman live on Wednesday, the 20th. That's our first. That kind of sucks though, because it's like, all right, cool. Now what? We don't have a game on the 23rd. So like, what are we doing? And then you're going to do it again. You're going to have Sam Pittman live on the following Wednesday at Sam Pittman live on the 27th.
27th, yep.
Yeah. Then you got Alabama A&M. So 25th. That Monday show, it's going to be prep week, man. We're getting ready. Arkansas is going to be doing their install for Alabama A&M, and we're definitely going to be talking. I'm so excited.
Going to give his prediction for the season.
Probably on the 25th.
Write it down. Be here. Ty's going to give his prediction. You can all crap all over him. Throw cold water on him. He's calling for 4 wins. I can already tell you.
4 wins. I did tell you. Yeah, I said that, didn't I? How about Cam Little? Yeah, we talked about that at the beginning of the show. Cam Little's 70-yarder. Imagine. I hope he does that during the regular season. Yeah. Again, he was 4 yards shy of the record. 4 yards shy. Had it been during the regular season. Hey, by the way, Tusk Talk with Ty Discord members, we are going to carry this over into the live chat after this show. If you're not already in Discord, you need to join. There's a link provided for you down below in the description box, and we will carry this show on over there. Crash Out says 7 wins. Wow. I would have guessed you would have said Crash Out. I would have guessed you would have put Arkansas at like 4 or 5. I wasn't here at the beginning, so I didn't know you talked. No, you're good. You're good, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, Ty, quit coming down on people.
Is there anything else from that scrimmage that kind of, I'm going to say this, man, I'm starting to wonder, I don't want to do this, put in Criswell. I don't want to do that, but KJ Jackson's having a pretty,
I was going to say, it doesn't sound like if Taylor Green goes down, we're not throwing our hands up in the air going, okay, who are we going to put in there this year?
Hopefully, right?
No, it sounds like KJ's having a great camp.
He is.
Especially for Pittman to come out and say, look, at SEC Media Days, look, we're not looking for another quarterback.
Yeah.
We know who our guy is next year already. He must be having a great camp.
And that's exciting.
That's exciting. It's exciting to know there's a plan there. Not, well, we're going to try to find someone out of the portal because, we're in trouble. We actually have someone we can trust for the next season as long as he doesn't transfer. And I don't think they're going to give him any reason to transfer, right?
I don't know. Not to do this again, but on EA College Football 2.6,
he transfers.
He did. No, not only did he transfer, but so did the freshman, the other quarterback, Grayson Wilson. And it's like they both transferred, and in a real world, neither one of them. Well, one of them might transfer, but I just went. This is my first offline run with the Razorbacks.
Yeah,
and I went. What'd I do? I think I finished 9-3.
Yeah,
and Green's obviously gone. He had a great year, and I'm thinking, yeah, Jackson's going to be awesome. I can't wait. And it's weird, too, trying to throw with a left-handed quarterback. It's so weird. And, I'm like, oh, he's going to be great. I can't wait. And then they both hit the portal, and neither one of them went in. I'm like, what are you guys doing? One of you is going to be the starter. What are you doing? In no real world would that have happened. But again,
for sure.
I don't want to do that thing where, I think Jackson's better than Green, because you know how this is going to work. Right? He comes out against Alabama A&M, and he goes like 6 for 7 for 150 yards, something crazy, and that's all we're going to hear all year.
Yep. Suddenly it's quarterback battle.
Yeah, we got a quarterback battle on our hands.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think that'll happen, but I like what I'm seeing and hearing out of KJ Jackson. I thought he looked good in the spring too.
No, I agree. Speaking of EA college football,
okay,
I'm issuing an open challenge to you the week of the Alabama A&M game.
Open challenge.
You can stream right here on YouTube. I'll take Alabama A&M, and you can have Arkansas.
Well, they're not in the game.
I'll take FCS. What are they, South? FCS South?
Oh, man.
And you can take Arkansas.
Dude, it's a different game when you play against somebody. It's different.
It'll be right here. It'll be right here the week of the game.
Hog Pat, I did get EA'd. I'll tell you something that happened. On 4th down, I didn't kick a field goal, and he didn't catch it. So he went in field goal unit, whatever, on defense. He had nobody covering. I don't remember who I had. This was our open league. So I was SMU, and he was Miami. And yeah, Miami's much better. They are. They're like 8. They're like 90 something overall. I think really SMU's like 85, 86. Anyways, no one covering the receiver. And I'm like, and he goes, oh man, well, there's your touchdown or something, because we had our mics on. I go, oh yeah, here we go. Throw it, and it literally just hits the dirt.
Oh,
it just goes right into the dirt. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And he goes, yep, EA gonna EA. Oh man,
I have sailed so many passes over wide open receivers. It's insane.
Yeah. Yeah. SMU does it a lot, especially when I'm playing somebody
with a quarterback who's a known running thrower. I have Michigan. I have Bryce Underwood. He runs and throws.
Yeah.
So he should throw on the run semi-accurately. You have to stop with him to get him to complete a pass.
Yeah.
You can run out, but you got to stop and throw the pass, or he's completing it.
The overthrown pass, and it is somewhat realistic because it does happen, and it never happened last year.
There are some quarterbacks that are better at it than others, and I haven't found one yet that is.
Yeah. Talon is really good on that game, man. Talon Green is really good when he puts on the Jets. He's like the 2nd or 3rd fastest quarterback in the game.
Yeah,
and he can move it and he can throw it too.
I think he's second fastest.
They are going to do it. Wait, what are they? What do you mean?
Gonna do it.
What are they going to do? Oh, did he say they were going to finish something ridiculous? Oh, okay, 7-5. That's not. I mean, that's not a crazy take. It is one that's like I could see the people on the negative side. That
I think 7 is the ceiling.
You think 7's the ceiling?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's doable, but it's a ceiling. You're not breaking 7.
Yeah. He's also a true freshman. Who? Not KJ Jackson. He's a redshirt freshman.
No, he's talking about Bryce Underwood. I said Bryce Underwood throws on the run, but in the game he sucks.
Okay.
At throwing on the run. He's good, but he sucks at throwing on the run. But he is a true freshman.
Oh, okay. Put in Jackson. We've already got our new thing.
Yeah. There
Put
it is.
in Jackson. I can already see it. John Haas will be the first one to say it in Patreon chat somewhere. He'll be the first one to say it. John knows it. The minute he has a decent game where he comes out, oh, he's better. He's better than Taylor Green. I can already see it.
Well, if we lose 2 or 3 games and they start talking about changing coaches, you're gonna be like, who you gonna get?
Who you gonna get? Yeah.
It'll be that, and then it'll be change the quarterback.
Yeah.
Got a new coach. Got to change the quarterback.
Listen, if you're losing a whole bunch of games, you might as well just play somebody else, right?
Yeah. Don't need to play Taylor Green now. Screw that kid.
Yeah. If you got like 3 wins going into the Mizzou game, whatever. Just throw Grayson Wilson out there, Jackson or something.
Might as well.
I think that's kind of it for the live show. We are going to carry this over into Discord live chat. So we'll head on over there here in just a minute. Please make sure you guys like the stream on your way out, share the content, hit the subscribe button, and remember our post live chat. This is for XP for Discord, and even if you're not in Discord, just humor me. The question is, would a Gruden hire excite you? And that's for the post live chat, right? Not just now, but when we're done streaming here. And then if you screenshot it and tag me in main chat and Discord, those of you that are in Discord, you will get XP. How much, I'm not sure yet, but you're definitely going to get some. I got to take a look at the leaderboard, but of course that will be that'll be another way to get XP. We just started cycle 8, and listen, it's already fun. We've already got kind of a wild top 10 on our board.
Already in 30th place.
I'm not in 30th. I'll just share it. Here we go. This is if you're in Discord, this right here, this column right here is your XP, and that's, you can now wager your XP. 1 prediction per weekend. We're going to have a casino prediction.
Well, look at that.
I'm in 10th.
No, look above you.
Where are you at? Oh, you're in 9th, right in front of me. How appropriate. That's going to change.
Well, so
John,
when I steal from you, when I swap you out.
Yeah, I'm going to get swapped again. I always do. I'm the #1 target, and you guys are pissing me off. That's Travis. Oh my God, him and Jake Haas. Oh, y'all are killing me. John Haas with just 119 comments. How is that even possible, John? What are you doing? We got Megan up there with 313. But anyways, this right here, that second column is your XP, and you'll be able to wager. There's going to be a cap amount, so make sure you're reading the top, but you'll be able to wager that bad boy. Look at that. We got War Machine in the top 20. There's Courtney Mims. Courtney's at 30th. She'll jump up. Courtney will jump up, but she does all of her talking in Patreon, and Patreon chat does not count towards XP. So she'll move up though. Anyways, you ought to get in on it. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun with it. Those guys are cheating.
Yeah.
Here's Hog Pat. When in doubt, still ties XP. You guys, I swear. Drop the link for the Discord. It's down below in the description box. Unfortunately, I'm hang on, maybe I can this way. Hold on. StreamYard's a little bit different. You can't just. There we go. There's the Discord if you want to join. That should take you right to it. That's the Tusk Talk with Ty Discord. So Gary Davis has given us a list. I love this. Oh, sorry. There we go. Bobby, Gruden, and then Lashley. Interesting. So he would take Bobby Petrino. All right, Gary. And Gary's an OG in here. Gary Davis, he's got some good takes. I don't. Would Bobby be your first though, Gary? For real?
Is Bobby even an option? The thing is, if Sam gets fired, Bobby's not really an option in my opinion.
No, he can't be, right? They're tied at the hip.
Yeah.
But
if Sam retired, Bobby could become an option.
Yeah. He could if he retired.
The
offense had another strong year, and maybe you were up in scoring offense, which I think Arkansas finished like somewhere in the top, barely the top 50, I think. That's even after their 13th game too. That's not just based on a 12 game scoring them out. That's 13 games. They still didn't even finish in the top 25, which I think should be the goal this year, somewhere up there. Need to be better. Total offense, though, they were fantastic. Taylor Green finished top 20 in total offense.
I think we talked about it. It was between the 20s, we were good.
Yeah, we were.
Between the 20s.
That's right. Okay, everybody. Well, we're gonna end it here. I was trying to scoot it towards an hour 30, but I've got a hamburger waiting on me. So, and then I'm gonna hop down in live chat and Discord. I do appreciate everyone for being here. These are always fun. I love Monday Night Lights. This is I look forward to this all weekend. I'm doing research and putting together the show, and Tim, he's a busy guy, but I appreciate you taking time out of your evening.
Man, I love being here.
It's fun, man. Hopefully we can get Travis back with us next week. We can dream, we can hope and pray. That's gonna do it. I appreciate everyone for being here. We will see you later on, maybe later this week, maybe next weekend. Just make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you know for sure. Bye. See you in Discord Live.
Yeah.